Okay, so the plan is to make a sunflower with a circle in the middle where the seeds usually are, as kind of like a portal to space. We're gonna have Earth in the middle, the moon right next to it, and then the sunflower coming out with the stems and the leaves. Blue background with clouds. I'm excited to see how this turns out. But first of all, since this is an old painting, I have to cover it with my white to get started. I've already selected the stencils I'm gonna use for this as a cap, one of these, and one of these. So, check it out. Let's get our bearings real quick. I'm guessing sunflower here. So let's make a little mark. Nothing crazy. And the Earth, oh, say right in the middle. Let's try to center it. And lastly, our moon. Right here, say. And let's do dark for that. Okay, now we know where everything's gonna be. Let's start by doing our Earth. So first things first, I'm gonna take my little stencil here, have some piece of paper. Poster board is great to use for many different things. Certainly one of them is on-the-go stencils and on-the-go brushes. Let's see, I like that. And let's do one more. Okay. I'm gonna put down some different colors for the greenery of it and then do the ocean. Until you're comfortable. I'm comfortable with that. Okay, now that that's mostly dry, next thing I want to do is put my stencil on. Let's try to remember where exactly this was. Push it down, get a little shape. There we go. Now I'm going to put this, here. And it's still wet, I can feel it, but it'll be okay. And right here. Dark blue. Light blue. And a little bit of watery turquoise. Okay, I like it. I think it's good. Let's pull these off. Carefully, see what we got under here. Not bad, I like it. Take newspaper, rip it up, fold it up till I got some sticking out parts right there. Just a little bit of white on the table here. And some little taps along the way. So I want to cover that up next. Get that out of the way. Moon is next. A little bit of white. Newspaper slap. Let that dry for a minute, then we'll cover it up with a cap. Okay, it's been drying for just a minute. Hopefully it's good enough. Place this right here. I think that will be a good spot for it. I'm gonna put this on so it doesn't blow away while I'm painting. And let's get the background going. I may run a little bit of pink over it. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, I like that. Let's try a little turquoise as well. I'm gonna do just a little bit of white on the side here to make it pop.
Hey, you remember Kayla wants pizza? Don't skip out on me.
Okay, that's good. I think that turned out nice. I like the way the planet kind of pops out. I know the white's not perfect. It could be a little better. Okay, the next step is getting the background down so we can put our flower in. I'm just gonna cover this up. I'm putting this on to hold it. So I'm just gonna cover the whole thing with blue and then add some clouds in. I'm using 3 different colors: navy blue, brilliant blue, and turquoise. Okay, I think that's a pretty nice even fade. I like the way it looks. So long as this doesn't dry weird at the top, because it is a little cold outside, we should be fine. So the way I do my clouds is I just take a regular piece of poster board. I first start by tearing a big bit off, then I just rip it with my thumb. Little pieces at a time. They may come off in big chunks at first, but you can nip it off. Try to keep it at an angle so your clouds angle inwards towards the middle of the picture. This one does.
Yeah.
Kind of add as you go, as you see. A little more here. I think that looks pretty good. Now I can take this off here. Get out. See, this is a little off center, but the earth I think is dead center, which is pretty cool. It's perfect. I like it. This turned out pretty good. I think it looks pretty nice. I don't want it to be much darker than that. I'm trying to record, my friend. Why must you be so loud? I like the color. I think the light and dark turned out really well. I think the clouds are okay. See how I got these little foggy ones here that look nicer? Don't have them on this side. I'm gonna add a few more down here and a few more right here. This is actually a stencil I used for right here. Spray a little of this on the table. Like so. Get some on your board and just put it on the canvas like that. So our stem's gonna come all the way down here. So I'm gonna make it nice and thick. Don't worry about this, I'll fix that. There might be better ways out there to do this, but I like the natural look it gives. In fact, I shouldn't have even made it completely straight. I should have made it more round. I'm gonna take this color and add it on a bit. Same thing on the table, on the poster board, and apply. So you can get, if you brush it this way on the table, you can get the dark on one side and the light on the other side when you brush the other way. So as you work at the page, you can put on light and dark as you need to make it pop the way you want it. For our final leaf, we're gonna do a big one. I'm gonna do a big giant leaf, but I don't want this to look like a corn stalk, so I'm gonna put it closer to the other one. And it's gonna branch out on both sides, like this. The lighter color, fade it together. Still, there's one more thing we could do to it to make it a little better, and that is my dark green here. A little bit of dark green on our stem to set it apart from everything else. Nice and dark. This has to be pretty thick on your poster board. Just add some of it in there. Add a little of this to it. It looks really nice. There we go. I'm taking a break for a minute. We have to go watch a movie at the theater, but I will be back soon. Okay, so the last thing I gotta do is put the petals on this. Unfortunately, my camera stand broke, so I'm just doing this in kind of an unconventional way. So I'm just gonna be using poster board, little bits of paper, like this right here. Rip a little piece off of this, take my paint, put it on the table as I always do. Poster board, and then wipe it where it needs to go. I'm gonna use this method to put flower petals on the sunflower. Start off with brown, get that color going outward. Then some orange and then yellow, bring it back all the way to blend it all together. It should be beautiful when it's done. So I just got done using my foam brush and a little bit of yellow paint to paint on the petals here. Very, very simple, easy stuff. Just run it down like that. Run it down, run it down. It took me a few minutes. Now I'm gonna take my time with the poster board as said before, with the brown and orange, just to detail everything. Then I'm gonna start at the tip with my yellow and work backwards with the poster board, just to make everything super detailed. But I started like this so that I had a good idea where I wanted everything to go. After just a bit of brown and a bit of orange, this is what we're left with. Just some detail thrown on there, nothing too specific, nothing too fancy, but it looks nice. So the last thing we're gonna do is use my other yellow and another piece of paper to add detail from the tip backward and blend this all together so it looks a little more distinct and the petals pop a little more and don't look so flat and don't look so messy. And I think we should be just about fine. Sign it here, maybe add one solitary star right here, and we'll be good to go. Same thing, a little bit of paper, a little bit of yellow, and here we are. Onto our almost final stage. The last thing I want to do is add some shadow to some of the lower ones, get some under curl so we can get a three-dimensional idea of how the flower is facing us. I'm going to do that using my brown once again and the piece of paper that I used for the yellow. And to just get an idea of what I'm doing, putting a little bit of brown on there, not too much. You can get rid of some of it if it's too much. And just want to add a hair of it to here. Just like that. Just to give it a bit of a shadow. You don't want to do this with every one, just a few of them so that they stand out. Preferably a few of the more curled ones would make the most sense. And some orange, doing the same method. A little bit right here. Mix it with the brown, gives it a nice rich color. And that's not too bad. One more star right there. And just like that, I think we're done. This is a bit of a different ending to the video. I apologize for the broken equipment. There's not much I can do about it. The wind blew it over and then some of the legs broke off, so I have no other choice but to do this. Hopefully we'll buy another, get back to normal videos next week. If you do make something similar to this, send it to me. I promise to post it in my next video and maybe even on my Instagram. Really appreciate all the comments you guys give me and the positive feedback. It genuinely means a lot to me. Also, I apologize if the audio in this video is a little messed up. I know there's a lot of cars on my road. I mean, I don't have a lot of options right now, but hopefully I will be getting a shed and putting one in the backyard. That way I'd have a quiet, safe, non-windy, non-bug infested place to film where my equipment won't blow over and break because it'll be fastened to the roof. I'm gonna sign right here after I get upstairs, and this one will be ready to be sold. Have an excellent day. Keep painting, keep making stuff, keep being creative. I'll see you in the next video next Friday. Peace, everyone.